There are a lot of uncommitted voters right now, oftentimes young people and people like myself who are absolutely wanting to see Donald Trump defeated. But the big issue is Gaza. So what can we do to convince Harris that she must take a different position now?
How many of you support the position of the Biden administration on Israel and Gaza? Please raise your hand. How many people do not support it? Okay. Just as you said, you're absolutely right. There are many, many people who desperately want to make sure that Trump doesn't get elected and want to elect Kamala. But they're concerned. How do we change it? I will tell you that on this issue, I am a friend of President Biden, and I've been very supportive of a lot of his domestic initiatives. But on this issue, he is wrong. I can't even explain to you why there are so few Democrats in the Senate, at least. There aren't more than, I would say, 6 or 7 out of 50 or so Democrats in the Senate who are prepared to vote against money for Netanyahu. And they are, that's right, it has a lot to do with AIPAC, it has a lot to do with money in politics. And by the way, poll after poll shows that the American people are not so.
There's no blunder. She made her position clear over and over again in 6 to 8 months now when it's absolutely clear that Kamala's no different than Joe Biden. Please remember how many of us said so. Dude, who the fuck are you talking to? Have I even for a brief moment said that I think Kamala Harris is like pro-Palestine? Like, who are you arguing with? Who in the ever-loving fuck are you arguing with, man? Like, what do you mean? I told you so to what? You think I think that she's like a fucking champion of Palestinian emancipation or something? Like, what is this conversation, man? What is going on? Better Kamala be honest about her inaction than manipulating people into believing that she's actually going to bring about a peace ceasefire. No, this is an opportunity to apply actual pressure, not help the libs workshop their rhetoric to fool and win over hardline ceasefire voters. Everyone huffing coffee about her fomenting a ceasefire. No, dude, no. We're looking at the fucking tea leaves, okay? And I'm also making an argument that improves her electoral viability. The Democratic Party, at the very least, has a very easy way of doing something right that will also play well to their fucking election chances. Where do these liberal ass leftists come from? They just want to say, I told you so? Yeah. At no point did I fucking say that Kamala Harris is like pro-Palestinian emancipation. Like, look, this is what Biden did when people were yelling at him. And they yelled at him all the time, by the way.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. Folks. Folks. It's okay. Look. They care. Innocent children have been lost. They make a point. Come on.
Like, he's the guy who's killing the children, dude. Come on. Kamala Harris is supposed to be the person who can break away from that stink. I told you, in that moment, on that campaign stage, she says, we're not looking back. We're going to the future, right? We're looking at the future. We're not repeating the mistakes of the past. That is also mistakes of the Biden administration. She literally actively says, we're going to fix inflation. Inflation is still a real problem. Okay? That's her separating herself from Joseph Robinette Biden. Okay? She is separating herself from Biden's biggest weakness. And she knows that that is good. That is good for the election. She needs to do that shit for Gaza too, to a certain degree.
Come on now.
Thank you for honoring gun violence survivors.
Sorry to say, this would be an example of huffing copium. That's called huffing copium or wish casting. Also, you want Kamala to be pro-Hamas? That's not what the chatter said. Chatter is totally right. That's called huffing copium or wish casting. It's not. It's not. She has had at least the foresight to literally cut away from the Biden administration at times as the vice president in terms of calling for a ceasefire before Biden ever did. That means that there's at least something up there that fucking explains to her that, like, yeah, this is a good thing to do. Okay. I'm making an argument not on moral grounds, because obviously the morality of the matter is fucking clear. I'm also making an argument on electoral grounds as well. Oh.
Supportive of what Netanyahu is doing. And by the way, in the Democratic Party, those numbers are very, very high. So to answer your question, what we have got to do at a grassroots way is say to the Democratic Party is that the policies that you have right now regarding Netanyahu are wrong. And if you really want to get young people involved in this campaign, the time is now to change those policies.